That's a good question, and the answer is obviously dependent on a lot of factors, some of which are outside of Tesoro's control. But what I can tell you is that we're advancing through into a definitive feasibility study through 25, 26. That'll be an initial PFS or pre-feasibility study, which we're looking to complete by April 2026, and then moving directly into DFS to complete towards the end of 2026. And construction's expected to commence following the environmental permit approval, which we expect in late 26, early 27. So, that would put us on target for first gold production in late 27, early 28, assuming all of that stays on schedule. But our work programs are fully aligned to maintain that schedule. We're well advanced on all of our work programs at the moment and moving full steam ahead. Yeah, look, we're fortunate that all funding options are on the table. It's clear from the recent share price performance that we obviously got a very strong equity market support. That was also demonstrated in the recent capital raise that we did, which had a lot of institutional support, which raised 34 million Australian dollars, which will see this project funded through to the end of feasibility and a final investment decision. And certainly with the recent share price performance, we have that equity part at our disposal, but we'll evaluate a traditional equity and debt financing mix, as we advance through the feasibility studies, basically to come out with, what is the best cost of capital for the project. Trying to minimise dilution is always a benefit, of course. And it's important to also mention that we have some flexibility by considering partnerships, for example, on some of our infrastructure solutions regarding power and water to help reduce upfront capital requirements and so on. And obviously, with a very high gold price and a lot of free cash flow to take advantage of early on in project production, will help sort of map out a lot of those things for us as we move through feasibility. So we'll take all of that into consideration and come out with something that's best for the project and best for Tesoro and its shareholders at the back end of feasibility. We've already commenced our comprehensive environmental baseline studies. They're well advanced, and to date, no red flags have been raised. And keep in mind that Tenera is located in a well-established mining district and region, with nearby operating projects that are already permitted. And under our existing drilling permits, we have to go through a mini environmental study, if you like, and we haven't identified any heritage or community impediments to developing Tenera and the Tesoro Gold project. So we're quite confident in a smooth EIA approval process particularly under this new streamlined regime in Chile. Yeah, we certainly do. Obviously, this last capital raising sees us well funded for some very aggressive and widespread exploration. Tenera remains open along strike and at depth, and so we see a lot of potential to expand the existing resource there with some more drilling. We're currently drilling there now. We have 4 drill rigs at Tenera doing both infill and extensional drilling, and also another drilling machine doing some drilling at some of our new regional targets, starting off with a target in the north called La Brea. So we're advancing multiple targets quite systematically through the exploration process. We've got a lot of meters budgeted to put in the ground on new targets during the rest of this year and into 2026. And we're very confident that Tesoro represents a district-scale gold system with long-term growth potential, and that could include multiple deposits and becoming a truly multi-million ounce gold district.